I believe certain people come into your life for a reason. They are meant to impact your life in one way or another. At age 8, I attended a funeral of our next-door neighbor who was a friend of my parents as well as a friend of mine. I first met Dave when I was 6 years old after he moved into the house right next to him and his wife. He was a quiet mechanic who kept very much to himself. He owned a race car, which occupied most of his time. On the other hand, his wife Jessie had an extremely bright and bubbly personality, most of which resembles who I am now. Dave's obsession was his race car and his Dalmatians. Jessie loved her Disney movies. At my age, Disney was pretty much all I ever watched, so as my relationship with Jessie grew more and more, so did the amount of movies we would watch in a week. One day they took me to Merrymead Farm since they did not have any kids of their own. We walked around the farm looking at all the animals, feeding some here and there. Finally, we made our way to the main attraction at that time, Orville the hog. Dave became fascinated with how big Orville was and compared my size to Orville, who weighed in over a ton. Finally, he decided that in comparison to Orville, I was Little Piglet. From then on, our nicknames stuck. I was Little Piglet and he was Big Orville. After that trip, he became like an uncle to me, watching over me as I played outside with my friends and taking an active interest in what was going on in my life. 2 years later, he lost his battle with cancer and I was at his funeral, placing a little stuffed pig in his casket. When you're that young, every bad thing feels like the end of the world. After he died, I was afraid of not having anything to remember him by. Then I realized all my memories revolved around reference to pigs. I'm proud to say that after 11 years, my favorite animal is still a pig, and it's because of my memory of Dave. One year, I wanted to try and have a photo taken of myself with a pig and have that picture put on my birthday cake. We went to South Carolina for our summer vacation. We visited a farm in search of a pig. We came upon 2 hogs who, without any hesitation, came right up and posed on both sides of me. To some, this may be a silly coincidence, but to me, it will always be Dave giving me my birthday wish. After Dave passed away, my family purchased a statue of a pig and placed it in our front yard in our flower garden. It is a comforting reminder to us all of the quiet mechanic who once lived next door. So whenever I see a pig and it looks at me with that knowing gaze or follows me, I feel it as a sign from Dave letting me know that he was still watching over me in his very distinctive but quiet way. For all these reasons and memories, to me, a pig is more than just a pig.